Hello guys and welcome to my first Premier League predictions. Now I am joining a little bit late in the season. Granted, it is now game week 13 that I am participating in, but you can forgive me. I have made this channel not long ago and I've just been trying to find my feet with editing and getting content out there for everybody. So moving on from there, guys, this is going to be a weekly thing and then we're going to be doing like a catch up at the weekends just to kind of like tot over everything. Hopefully going to be bringing something nice and fun with another content creator that I'm sure most of you guys will know if you're already on my channel. If not, do give them a following. The links will all be down in the description below. So starting off, guys, we're Friday the 29th of November, Brighton versus Southampton at the American Express Stadium. So Brighton last time out did get a 2-1 win over Bournemouth, which was, again, I can't really see past Brighton at the moment. I think they're playing very well, so good performances all round, but again, Brighton were just too much in the end for them. Southampton, on the other hand, really did surprise me. They played some really good football, some really good, well-worked goals. But unfortunately for Southampton fans, it's another loss as Liverpool did come from behind to get the win. Mo Salah with the final goal for the final nail in the coffin there. On results, I can't see past Brighton, so I'm going to keep it nice and quick and simple, guys. I am going to say I'm going to go 2-0 Brighton. I just think Brighton are a bit more, bit more of a completed article at the moment. Not trying to find the feet like Southampton are in the Premier League, but Russell Martin is obviously doing a fantastic job, and hopefully they will come in here rich vein of form. So moving on, guys. Now for Saturday the 30th of November, we've got 4 3 p.m. kickoffs and then 1 5:30. We will start, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, with Leicester, my club who I follow. We've recently sacked our manager, Steve Cooper. Thank God. Lovely bloke, just was clueless. And yeah, I'm sick of people saying that it was a horrific thing to do for Leicester City fans. We could see what was coming. We can't afford to go down this season. We've escaped the points deduction, so we need to act fast and get a manager in that is competent and can keep us up. So moving on from that then, so Leicester did lose in game week 12 to Chelsea, which was Steve Cooper's last game in charge. We just looked like a very poor put together team versus what it was, a very good Premier League side in Chelsea with our old manager Enzo Maresca, who likes to drill his players and they all know what they're doing, whereas we just look like a bunch of strangers on a pitch, not knowing what to do, looking at the bench for ideas and getting literally nothing from that. Brentford, on the other hand, guys, Brentford actually drew 0-0 against Everton away from home, granted, but still a 0-0 affair. A better point for Everton, definitely. Brentford will feel like they may have dropped points in that regard. But it's still something out of nothing. This game will be played at the GTEC Community Stadium. Brentford home, Leicester away. I am going to, again, I don't know if this is not just because it's my team. I judging from what happened with the sacking of Cooper and how the players reacted and what they were saying and what a lot of people have said, that it was down to tactics and they didn't really know what to do. I am expecting a new manager bounce if we should appoint someone. Even if we shouldn't, I'm expecting the players to play better. And I'm actually going to go for a Leicester City win. I'm going to go for a KG 2-1 win for Leicester City. I know Brentford have been very good, but just their last performance with a 0-0 against Everton. And I know they have been scoring quite well, but no, I'm going to back the Foxes. I think I have to back the boys where we can. This is more of one of the winnable games that we have through the other games coming up this season. So yeah, 2-1 Leicester for that one. Next, guys, we're going to move on to Crystal Palace versus Newcastle United being played at Selhurst Park in London. So, bit of a weird one, really. Newcastle did lose 2-0 to West Ham last time out, which I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting, but credit where credit's due. Aaron Wan-Bissaka obviously scoring a fantastic goal to double the lead. And yeah, I just thought it was a really good game for West Ham. Newcastle fans will feel that they should have definitely done better, and I think the players at Newcastle will probably want to try and rectify what they've done. So I can see that, but obviously with Crystal Palace, again, that was another draw. Palace were winning against Aston Villa, but then again managed to claw it back. So again, Palace will feel like they've dropped points because they were in the lead and couldn't hold out. But again, it is Palace at home and they are knocking on the door. But again, guys, I can't see past Newcastle. I think Newcastle, it was just one of those days. Bad day at the office. We all have them. I mean, look at Manchester City, for crying out loud. They're having a really bad time at the minute. Doesn't mean that they're washed up and they're not in there. They're still in the top four at the moment. I'm going to say Newcastle 2-0 away from home. I expect them to win that game there. Next, guys, is Nottingham Forest. So Nottingham Forest are going to be taking on Ipswich. Now, last time out, Forest got obliterated by Arsenal. Try and say that with a straight face. So yeah, they did lose to Arsenal 3-0. Were unable to capitalise on their chances, and Arsenal just looked really good, especially with obviously Odegaard and that back out there. Ipswich, on the other hand, guys, I'll be perfectly honest with you. It was a little bit odd for me. It was Ruben Amorim's first game. Sorry, my heater's just gone off. Let's try to turn it off. So, Ruben Amorim's first game for me, I wasn't expecting it to be an absolute, walkover and everything was good, this, that, and the other. But I was expecting them to beat Ipswich, even though they were obviously away from home, just with the amount of talent that they do have. But a new system obviously clearly does take time to get used to. And again, same sort of thing there, really. So a draw. Ipswich did pick up points. Nottingham Forest didn't pick up any points, but they are flying high at the moment. Through gritted teeth, I expect Nottingham Forest to win this game, but I do expect Ipswich to give them a bit of a game. They are very well coached, Ipswich. I don't think it'd be an easy game for Nottingham Forest, but I'm going to go for a cagey 2-1 win for Nottingham Forest. Next, guys, we're going to go to Wolves. Wolverhampton Wanderers take on Bournemouth at the Molineux Stadium in Wolverhampton. So again, as I said before, Wolves absolutely obliterated Fulham. Surprise result for me personally, guys. I was not expecting that at all. But it happens. It is football at the end of the day. So, it's one of those results. It happens all the time. But very well done to the Wolves team. That was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed watching that game. Bournemouth, again, as I stipulated, they did lose to Brighton, so unfortunately didn't pick up any points there. And it wasn't a terrible game. It was just one of those things. You are coming up against a well-rehearsed Brighton team who do have goals in the locker and are pretty decent in defence as well. So they're a good all-round team at the moment. So to get a goal against them is good, and only really to concede 2 isn't that bad. So it was okay. For me, guys, this one is... It's kind of bittersweet. Obviously, as a Leicester fan, I really want to see Wolves stay down. Not to wish any team down, but obviously if it's between my team and someone else's team, I'm going to pick someone else's team to go down. I am going to give it to Bournemouth. I know at the Molineux Stadium, they did put 4 past Fulham, but Bournemouth are a very good team now. Have been for quite a while. Everything seems to just be starting to click with them. Their strikers starting to do a bit better. Their winger, the whole team just looks really good, guys, to be quite frank. So I'm going to give it to Bournemouth. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Bournemouth versus Wolves. Again, comment down below if you agree, disagree. Keep it clean, guys. This is all just a little bit of fun with a prediction. And like I say, put all your predictions in the comment section below as well. West Ham United then, guys, for the 5:30 kickoff will take on Arsenal, and it is at the London Stadium in London. Who'd have thought? At 5:30. Again, West Ham did beat Newcastle. We all know about that. I have spoken about that previously, but again, it was a good win, good performance, and Arsenal did beat Nottingham Forest 3-0. Arsenal are... they're not on Liverpool's level at the moment in regards to consistency and really doing really well under Arne Slot, but I still think Arsenal aren't a million miles away, and if they keep winning games, that's all they can do. Is they just need to focus on themselves, and Liverpool might hit a bump in the road, maybe get some injuries, lose a bit of form. They're not invincible. They did lose to Nottingham Forest earlier in the season, so they can make mistakes. So as long as Arsenal keep doing what they're doing, I think they'll win. And with that in mind, I do think Arsenal will go there, and I'm going to say 3-1 to Arsenal. And finally, guys, we're going to go to Sunday. So Sunday is going to be 4 games. First game, second game, and third game are all at the 1:30, and then there's one game at 4 o'clock. First game at 1:30 is Chelsea versus Aston Villa. Two teams that are in and about around the top half of the table, obviously. Aston Villa with Champions League, not had it for a very long time. First time, I believe, actually, in the club's history. Again, I'm not too sure. I don't follow Aston Villa all that much. I follow the bigger teams in the East Midlands, Leicester City. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I think it is. I think it is the first time in the club's history that they have been there. So look, fair play and well done. I love the manager there doing bits, and you've got a very good squad. But Chelsea, for me, underwhelming performance against Leicester, I've got to say. Even though Leicester are my team, I expected more from Chelsea. I expected us to absolutely batter us up and down the pitch. Did miss a few easy chances, so I suppose that could happen. And I suppose you've got to count your blessings, careful what you wish for and all that. Obviously, they drew as well, Aston Villa, with Crystal Palace. It wasn't an amazing performance. I'm going to go for 2-1 Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, with them having the home advantage, guys. That's what I'm going to envision. Next, we're going to go to Manchester United at Old Trafford, and they take on Everton. Manchester United and Everton both got draws in their previous games. Manchester United at least scored in their game against Ipswich, but did concede as well. And Everton kept a clean sheet, but also didn't score. For me, I would expect this is where Ruben Amorim actually gets his first win with Manchester United. He's had a bit more time on the training pitch and getting everybody drilling into things, so I expect them to win this. 2-0. I don't think it's going to be an absolute, dominant display, but I expect them to score goals. Rashford got off on the score sheet very quickly. Garnacho got quite a few good players, obviously Bruno Fernandes, who can do a good job. I just expect them to do that. Everton, not really got much to say about them, quite frankly. Pickford's questionable with his decision making at times, and they've got an ageing squad, Everton, for me. A few younger players that are probably actually going to go to Manchester United in either the January or the summer window in Branthwaite, but we will see about that. So 2-0, guys, for Manchester United versus Everton. Next on the list, guys, is second to last. We have Spurs versus Fulham, and we all know that Tottenham Hotspur absolutely pummeled Manchester City 4-0, which is hilarious in my eyes, because Manchester City fans are finally realising that Pep can make mistakes, the team can make mistakes, and how much they really do miss Rodri. I still expect them to push for the title charge. I don't think this will last, but with how they're currently doing, I believe at the moment, I've just seen a notification on my phone about Pep Guardiola saying we have problems. So I'm presuming they lost or drew their Champions League game, but we shall see. I'll find that out later. Try and keep this as professional as I can. Well done to Spurs. Maddison with the brace as well. Up the Madders. Fulham, again, like I said, they did get pummeled in their last game. So I am expecting the Spurs to win this, and I think they've got goals in them at the minute. Spurs do play that risk-reward sort of football. So I'm going to say 3-0 for Spurs. I just expect Spurs just to go at them this game. Ange Postecoglou, who we are, mate. I expect them to absolutely smash it. Apologies to all the Aussies out there. And final game, guys, of game week 13 is Liverpool taking on Manchester City at Anfield. we all know the scores. We all know it was 3-2 and we know it was 4-0 for the corresponding teams. With this game being at Anfield and it's on a slot, Manchester City look like they're in an absolute cataclysm of a storm in the teacup, you could say. It's really bad. I am just expecting Liverpool just to get the win here. I don't think there'll be a walkover, but I don't think it'll be hard either. I think it's just going to be one of those. It could be one of those games. We don't know. I am gonna back Liverpool. It's just by how many goals I do not know. Just trying to think. They did claw back against Southampton, but this is Man City. But again, Man City aren't playing very well. I don't know, guys. I'm going to say 2-0 Liverpool. I know there's been a lot of 2s and 1s and all that sort of stuff, but I just don't see any game really going mental for goals. So, yeah, I'm going to say 2-0 Liverpool. And that wraps it up, guys. So, like I say, this is going to be something I am going to do more and more and hopefully get better on and, you know, get a bit more editing in there, and all of these bits and bobs will pop up, obviously, when we mention everything. I'm going to try my best to get that sorted for you. But this is all new to me, this YouTube business. I am trying to put as much content out there as I can. So, like I say, please be gentle. But like I say, put your predictions down in the comments, guys. If you agree with any, if you disagree with any, let's keep it clean though, guys. Because like I say, this is it's just a bit of fun. But they're my predictions. Whether they happen or not, who knows? But yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already. And I will see you in the next one. See you in a bit, guys.